Kevin McCarthy ridiculously tried to assert this week that nobody questions the legitimacy of the election. And I sort of knew that couldn't be right. It's hard to remember, but like I remember there must have been somebody. So I did some research and I was snooping around. I think I identified something. I actually have photo evidence that there might be someone who kind of doesn't accept it. And so let's show you. Now it's a little bit hard to see. Can we zoom in and enhance quadrant? Yeah, there we go. Wait, a little bit more? No, not that close, that's too much. But you do see the mask at the very least. Trump won. That is a congresswoman wearing proudly what I hope is a custom mask that Trump won, which seems like it's bordering, it's dipping its toe in the pool of questioning the legitimacy of the election, Jason. It's right there, it's near it.
It's on the precipice of being right there. I won that mask was probably an Ivanka clothing line original that will not see the light of day because the clothing line is a wrap. Secondly, John, you know what? When we talk about the legitimacy of the campaign and the presidency, and okay, so fine, if the talk track and what's in news and people's feelings, even just outside of media, when you like, I was at a Publix here in Miami and I was overhearing two people in line really having this kind of nuanced conversation about if Trump won or lost. And I was trying to ear hustle, but I couldn't because I was holding too much coffee. But I would love to sit down with people who truly believe this and get factual and actual reasoning and things that make sense as to why they think he won, besides the sensational, very personally taken bitter diatribes of why they felt that the election was rigged or stolen. Like, where is this coming from? And if you can very calmly and so eloquently tell me why you think this with a logical mind, you may have like a dream of me even believing it. But you have these outrageous people that show up like this woman wearing that god-awful mask. Thank God she's wearing a mask. I'll give her kudos for that, doing your part for COVID.
That's true.
That makes no sense though. It's like, it's so baseless now. Even here in Florida, there are billboards on I-95 that cost thousands that are still saying Trump won. I would love to climb up there and spray paint. Get over it, he lost. Get over it, but I can't do that because I'm afraid of heights. But it's it's just so bizarre to me, But hey, she's doing her part, I guess.
Look, and to be fair, it's obviously it's a little bit easy to like say, hey, Marjorie Greene believes a crazy thing. Right. Well, yeah, that's what she does. I breathe air, she believes crazy things. But it really goes a lot deeper than just Marjorie Greene. So Kevin McCarthy says nobody questions the legitimacy of the election, but I'm going to, like Rachel Maddow, I'm gonna delve into ancient history to try to contextualize this all the way back to January, when House Minority Leader, Kevin McCarthy was among more than 140 Republican members of Congress who voted to overturn state election results after the January 6th insurrection. So it wasn't just Marjorie Greene, it was 140 Republican members of Congress, including the guy who said that dumb thing. So you say you don't question legitimacy of the election, but you did vote to overturn it. One would hope because you question the legitimacy. The alternative is that you didn't question the legitimacy, but you still wanted to overturn it, which seems worse actually. And so this is not just Marjorie Greene, this is dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of elected Republicans, including the guy telling the stupid condescending lie.
This is a clear as day example of selective amnesia, and it is Mental Health Awareness Month. So I want to make sure that everyone that may be dealing with amnesia and things of that nature, I'm not poking fun at that as well. But honestly, this is what's going on. I'm waiting for John, and I know you guys watching right now are waiting for that Oprah Winfrey Apple Plus moment, Apple TV Plus moment with Trump and Oprah, where Oprah will interrupt him at every term because that's what Oprah does when she interviews people. But for Trump to tell his side of the story. I feel like people are still talking about this election. We've moved on, man. Like even no one. It's almost as if no one cares anymore. The biggest news to me is the Kardashians ending. I care more about that right now than if the election is real.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. But I'm saying like we moved on. People are being vaccinated now. Jobs are coming back. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. There's so much more to worry about than this election. And for McCarthy to, back in January, when emotions were heightened and everyone, in which they should be, because people stormed, it was insurrection, and the roosters the hens coming home to roost, or whatever the term is, back in January. Absolutely, that was a moment where we needed to be on the edge of our seats, that we needed to be alarmed, that we need to be worried, and I can, sure, fine. But now it's like, dude, the receipts are there, Twitter's there, the receipts are there. Like, you can't backtrack. And if you're worried about credibility, well, this isn't the way to be most credible. It's not the way to be the most credible.
Yeah. Well, look, I think it's a good idea, the Oprah thing, but she's busy. I don't know if she has time for that. So I'll save her a little bit of time. If you want Trump's side of the story, it's available. You're citing these little like dinky social media sites like Twitter. No, the important social media site is from the desk of Donald Trump and his side of the story. And by the way, pay attention to this. Kevin McCarthy, the person who believes nobody questions the legitimacy. Trump's side of the story is, if a thief robs a jewelry store of all of its diamonds, the 2020 presidential election, the diamonds must be returned. The fake news media refuses to cover the greatest election capital F fraud in the history of our country. They have lost all credibility, but ultimately they will have no choice. He says it was stolen and something about jewels. I don't know. Maybe he watched Uncut Gems. But anyway, he's saying to this day that it is stolen. He is trying to convince his followers. He has certainly convinced all of you to fall in line. So it is very much still a problem. I don't know what the solution is, the solution to the problem of Americans believing convenient lies, but I think that we need to at least try.
Well, first of all, John, SNL needs to hire you to play Trump in season 47. Thank you very much. Move over Alec Baldwin. Here comes John Iadarola. Secondly, no, people aren't. I mean, from the desk of Donald Trump, I get it, but how many times did we get something from the desk of Donald Trump written by like the myriad of different comms people we had that was just garbage, was basura? So we're not here for that. I do think that a sit down though is gonna be that pièce de résistance in all of this for Trump. I really truly do, and it has to be with someone like, and not that this is part of what we're talking about today, but I'm just waiting for that. I'm waiting for that pivotal moment in media for the former president to really just be like, oh my God, like that bombshell, because that's what we need. Because now everything is just hyperbole and semantics. Really, it is.
Yeah. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.